of America. USA comes in ranked number 1 in the world of FIBA. Obviously a nation known for its basketball. But these fans here in Panama are lining up for what is really been called locally a historic matchup. 10,000 plus fans, potentially 18,000 if they can fill out those white chairs you see there. And meanwhile, we take a look at the Group B results so far in round 2. The USA coming out on top on Friday against Uruguay, 114-57. Meanwhile, Panama losing a tough battle to Puerto Rico in Puerto Rico. But they come back home now with a chance at history. And again, this is not an untouchable United States team. You see right now, USA's one loss on the record has them tied with Argentina. If they're able to win tonight, there's a good chance they'll climb up the rankings naturally. But they have one loss, and that was back on the 28th of June against Mexico. USA losing by 8. Tonight's roster a bit different from that one. Coach Jeff Van Gundy going with 11 new faces for this particular window, with Reggie Hearn being the only returning player from the June-July window. So we're moments away from the player introductions and the national anthems. And these two teams, as you see Frank Mason being introduced, these two teams last played each other back in the 2017 America Cup, where the USA won 97-56. But again, with wins in Friday's start of Group E action, Argentina, USA, and Puerto Rico took another step towards securing a World Cup qualifying bid. And they've managed to distance themselves a bit from Uruguay, Mexico, and Panama. Uruguay 4-3. Mexico 3-4, and Panama 3-4. Actually, Mexico 3-5 now after losing a close matchup tonight.
Con el número 13, number 13, Jamel Warney. Con el número 14, number 14,
Mexico going down to Uruguay, which now puts Uruguay at 5-4. Sorry, 6-3 for that matter, and Mexico at 3-6. And as we speak, Puerto Rico and Argentina are duking it out as well.
Fuerte el aplauso para el equipo de los Estados Unidos.
So the USA team just being introduced. Now the home side from Panama here in the Roberto Duran Arena, named after the famous boxer.
Vamos con la presentación del equipo de casa, el equipo de Panamá.
And these fans will definitely be on their feet here tonight.
Eugenio Chuyín Lucando. Con el número 3, Alejandro Gran. Número 5, Trevor Gaskins. Con el número 10, Josimar La Barba Ayarza. Con el número 12, Ernesto Mauro Oglivi. Número 18, Joel Muñoz. Con el número 23, Tony Bishop Jr. Con el número 24, Jamal Levy. Número 25, Aquil Mitchell. Número 27, Daniel Girón. Con el número 32, Javier Carter. Y con el número 55, Carlos Javier CJ Rodríguez. Su director técnico, Manuel Hussain. Sus asistentes, Adriano Macías y José Negro Gómez.
And this is a Panamanian team that's been playing together for quite a while. A lot of their players with 5 or more games of experience in these qualifiers, so very familiar with each other. Meanwhile, USA just playing their second team as a unit. Didn't cause too much trouble against Uruguay the other night. And we'll have a quick pause in the commentary for the national anthem of both countries.
Primeramente para el himno nacional de los Estados Unidos de Norteamérica.
see Coach Jeff Van Gundy, the mentor to these USA players. And now we'll have the Panamanian national anthem.
Hermoso himno de Panamá. Viva Panama!
So that does it for the national anthems. And now we'll see the two teams demonstrate some nice sportsmanship and shake hands at half court prior to the tip of tonight's game. And again, this is a Panama team that dropped a hard-fought road game to Puerto Rico on Friday night, 82-73, leaving them with the 3-4 record. As we see the officials for tonight's game from Brazil, Guilherme Locatelli. From Colombia, Rodrigo León Mejia Mesa. And from Chile, Felipe Ibarra. But yeah, back to Panama again. They were down 5 going into the fourth quarter against Puerto Rico, down 68-65 with less than 4 minutes left. Had a great chance to come out on top of that game. And this is a team that started the America qualifiers with a pair of losses. And in the meantime, we'll take a look at this U.S. team. Frank Mason, probably going to be the starting point guard. Definitely a bulldog, according to Coach Van Gundy. And he's getting a lot of help. Again, this is a USA team that has 9 players that saw NBA action last season, and had 5 players in double digits, 4 players with 9 points, so a lot of balance. And we'll see Frank Mason in the backcourt alongside Derek White from the San Antonio Spurs, Henry Ellison from the Detroit Pistons, Dakari Johnson, and Jamel Warney. Meanwhile, for Panama, no Michael Hicks in the lineup. He was a consistent presence, but Trevor Gaskin's definitely their go-to player, number 5, the point guard. And also keep an eye out for Javier Carter. Carter had 16 points against Puerto Rico. Gaskin's 15. And those two will be in the starting lineup alongside Ernesto Ogilvy, Tony Bishop Jr., and Daniel Giron. Giron really paced Panama in scoring, 17 in that opening second-round game. So we'll see if they can replicate that effort, though. They shot just 37% from the field and 29% from 3, 8 of 27 overall. So Panama will be looking to play a little bit better offensively here tonight. And again, this is a team that Jeff Van Gundy has been preparing for. He mentioned in the press conference the other night that Panama was going to be dangerous with Manuel Hussein's team, liking to play fast. They really execute a lot of pick and roll. So Coach Van Gundy highlighted that the pick and roll coverage and their breakdowns will be something they need to really focus on in this game defensively. Also mentioned that the big men for Panama are quick and active, so we'll see Javier Carter and then Akil Mitchell, who some of you might remember from his ACC days at the UVA, University of Virginia, where he and Joe Harris really helped establish the Cavaliers as pretty much an NCAA powerhouse in the last 10 years or so. And USA will always play with a lot of confidence, but this is a different environment on the road. FIBA international play, playing against home nations in front of their home fans. This is a great great thing about these World Cup qualifiers, where the fans get to see their local national heroes play against some of the best players in the world. And, of course, these are all meaningful games with a chance to qualify for the 2019 FIBA World Cup in China next summer. So Dakari Johnson and Javier Carter will tip it off, and the first possession goes over to Panama. You see Ogilvie at the top of the key. Gaskins, number 5. And Carter can hit that outside shot. Goes right at Ellison. And unable to finish over the big man. Frank Mason, always looking to push the tempo. Remember him from the KU days. He went 7 of 8 shooting on Friday night against Uruguay. Also 8 assists, so a masterful game from him. Here's Ellington over to Dwayne Bacon. And Mason, top of the key, wide open. First shot, no good. Offensive rebound goes to Ellington. USA will reset. Here's Ellington again. Derek White takes the long 3. And 0 for 2 on the possession for the USA. You see the fans applauding their team's defense. Carter looking for the handoff with Gaskins. Thought about the 3. It's Ogilvie now going right at Johnson and picks up a foul. So Dakari Johnson, a former University of Kentucky product, currently a free agent, did spend some time last season with the OKC Thunder. Meanwhile, Ernesto Ogilvie will head to the line. And Ogilvie gives Panama the lead over the USA. Ogilvie, the 6'6" small forward, comes in averaging 9.3 points per game, unable to hit the second free throw. And Ellington, a former Marquette Golden Eagle, currently with the Detroit Pistons. Quick hands here, the backcourt, and they're going to call a backcourt violation. Great ball pressure from Danielle Herron. And it's a turnover on the USA. You see Derek White pleading his case that the ball was deflected, but it's going to be a turnover to the USA. Gaskins instructing his teammates. Finds some room to get open. Here he is, top of the key. You see the pick and roll coverage there from Johnson. Skip past to Carter, and the three-pointer is in and out. Here comes Mason. Takes Ogilvie off the dribble. Here's Dwayne Bacon. Pulls up from around the elbow area. He can't finish, and USA still scoreless 2 minutes into the game. Of course, USA got off to an incredible start against Uruguay the other night, as the missed shot that time from Tony Bishop Jr. Here comes Derek White. Nice little hesitation. Finds Johnson inside in the first bucket of for the USA, courtesy of Dakari Johnson. Nice pass there from White. Ogilvie over to Herron. They'll run some double screen action, try to get Gaskins some room. The lefty, nice pass inside, and Ogilvie misses the bunny layup. He anticipated the help side defense to come over, left it short. Here's Mason now. Nice pull-up jump shot mid-range, and Frank Mason, who led this team in scoring the other night with 16 points, gets his first bucket here tonight. Carter now going right at Ellison again. And you see a lot of help side defense there from Johnson. Here's Herron now, fadeaway 3. That's short. Ellison another rebound, and he can push it. Nearly travels. Referee points that his pivot foot was still down. Ball goes inside. Here's Johnson. Looking to go to Ogilvie, has the height advantage. Draws the defense. Derek White catches shoot 3. That's no good. So USA cold from beyond the arc here so far. Gaskins taking his time, looking for the high screen, gets into the lane. Carter, extra pass, little give and go action. Oh, nice move. Javier Carter, the step back. Oh, that was smooth. And the big man with the long two. Javier Carter comes off a 16-point performance the other night as the USA speeding down to the other end, and Frank Mason will head to the free throw line. So early substitutions coming here from Coach Jeff Van Gundy, as we'll see Travis Trice coming to the game, as well as, I believe that's Ben Moore, number 9, and Jamil Warney, who was actually recently voted the 2017 USA Basketball Athlete of the Year. You see him there, number 13, the 6'8" center who helped this Team USA team win the AmeriCup gold last summer. He and Reggie Hearn, the only 2 players with prior World Cup qualifier experience going into this weekend. So obviously a lot of trust between Van Gundy and Warney. Meanwhile, Frank Mason, perfect from the line, 2 for 2. And he extends the USA lead to 3 here early on. So definitely more of a defensive struggle than we had anticipated in the first quarter. A nice backdoor find, but delivery not on target. As you see Heron pointing up for the lob, as Gaskins puts a little bit too much emphasis on that pass. Meanwhile, Mason still running the show at the point guard position. And again, they look for the big man's Warney now. Looking to go right at Carter. Little shimmy hook, and the lefty jump shot, no good. Battle for the rebound ends up in the hands of Gaskins. Panama with numbers. Catch and shoot 3. And that time, no good again. Bishop, as Derek White will force a foul on Trevor Gaskins. And you see Gaskins not happy. So Akil Mitchell will check into the game for Ernesto Ogilvy. USA starting this one just 2 of 7 from the field. Panama not faring too much better, 1 of 7. And you see Ben Moore there, number 9. Former SMU student athlete, now the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, which is the G League organization for the Indiana Pacers. Dwayne Bacon, he's on the Hornets. He pulls up for 3, and he airballs it. So, again, we can highlight good defense from Panama, forcing the USA to contested jump shots. And now we see Travis Trice replacing Frank Mason. Trice himself had a pretty good game on Friday, 22 minutes, 9.7 assists. Former Michigan State Spartan. And again, the USA have a number of bodies they can throw at Gaskins. And now another missed bunny. This time it's Akil Mitchell. Here comes Bacon. Skips it over Derek White. That's a good-looking shot for D. White. And the first three-pointer of the night drops for the San Antonio Spur. Gaskins, again, they're going to run him a lot of pick and rolls. And he pulls up for 3, just a little short that time. Derek White, he's feeling it, but he misses that time down. And the foul is going to be called on Moore, scrambling for the offensive rebound. But we'll take another look at this wide open 3 from Derek White. You see the closeout just a little bit late from Heron. And Reggie Hearn checks into the game. He was a DNP on Friday. Had played in 4 games prior to that for the USA. 12.5 points per game, one of the leading scorers in terms of accumulated points in these qualifiers. Nice feed inside. Mitchell thought about it. Carter takes it. And as the shot clock expires, he can't hit the open three. Here's White now. Finding Trice. Nice little hesitation. Johnson, he'll float it up. He can't finish, and the iron definitely unkind here in the first quarter to the USA. The team that came into this game shooting a blistering 61% from the field against Uruguay. Uruguay 10 of 19 from three. So far, just 3 of 11 overall. Here's Mitchell, hands it off to Bishop. Bishop looking to go right at Trice, but he's able to pull it away. And three-pointer no good on offensive end from Trice. Good hustle there from both sides. Panama comes away with it. Here's Bishop driving the baseline. Hiron blocked off by the USA defense. Shot clock at 10. Here's Gaskins. Carter, he drives baseline, and deflection that time by Reggie Hearn. Here's Chason Randall now. He'll take his first three. That's no good. Johnson in prime position for the rebound. And they're going to call a two-shot foul here as Carter seems to have got a lot of the ball up top, but probably a little bit more body down low. So Chason Randall, 6'2" guard also in the game for the USA. Number 7, Stanford product. Coming off a 15-point performance on Friday. Another one of those guards who had a great job shooting tonight. And we're going to have our first timeout of the evening. Panama, who have to be happy with the defensive effort here so far, just allowing 9 points to the USA. But on the other end, so far managing just 1 of 10 field goals. 0 for 5 from 3, just 3 points. So both teams seem to have a little bit of jitters or fatigue. Who knows what it is. Obviously plenty of time to find their rhythm. You see the ice-cold shooting from both teams. And again, this is a Panama team that struggled from the field against Puerto Rico at 37%. Again, no Michael Hicks in the lineup, who is one of their double-figure scorers in the first 5 or 6 games of these qualifiers. Panama coming in with 3 wins, 2 over Paraguay, 1 over Uruguay. And again, for all you fans who are less familiar with the format, at the conclusion of the Americas second-round game, 7 teams will qualify out of the zone for the 2019 World Cup. And it's the top 3 finishing teams of Group E and Group F, as well as the top-rated 4th-place team between the 2 groups. With FIBA's new system, a total of 32 teams will be competing in the World Cup next summer in China, held from the end of August to the mid-September. And there's also an added incentive with 7 teams finishing at the top of the World Cup, automatically qualifying for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So you see there that connection between the World Cup and the Olympics. All FIBA International Basketball kind of collaborates as Dakari Johnson knocks down his first free throw. So 2 for 2 for Johnson. Oh, never mind, that's Warney. I apologize. Number 13, Jamil Warney goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And here's Gaskins. Again, another double team out of the pick and roll. They left him open just momentarily. The ball goes inside Carter. Nice kick out. Oh, Gaskins had that shot. Goes to the basket, and what a block. Ben Moore with a help side defense. So USA forcing the turnover on the shot clock violation. Ball goes inside to Warney. A little lefty jump hook is good. And Jamil Warney, formerly of Stony Brook, showing you why he was the USA Basketball Athlete of the Year. And we're going to have a foul off the ball. Referees trying to limit the physicality. And the foul goes against Reggie Hearn. So 13-3, early 10-point lead for the USA. And Gaskins, as you see, Ayarza, number 10, also in the game. It's another turnover. Again, USA forcing 18 turnovers the other night against Uruguay. That is one of their staples of their defense. The high pressure, already 3 steals here so far. And the catch and shoot. 3 drops down. And that's Reggie Hearn. Hearn, 63% three-point shooter in the qualifiers. Definitely can't give him too much room. Gaskins with Trice all over him. Gets him off his feet. Smart veteran move that time from the lefty point guard. And he'll head to the free throw line for a chance for his first couple points of the night. And again, you know the USA are going to give him a lot of attention on the defensive end. Meanwhile, Coach Hussein trying to explain to Ayarza what he wants him to do, and as Gaskins knocks down the first free throw. So 2 for 2 on that trip for Trevor Gaskins. Panama now with 5 points on the night. USA looking for the backdoor cuts. Here's Trice, nice crossover dribble, and he can't finish the shot, but Ben Moore is there for the putback. And you see 3 white jerseys crashing the glass, creating second chance points. Mitchell with a handoff. Here's C.J. Rodriguez. He'll pull up from the free throw area, knock down the mid-range jumper. So C.J. Rodriguez right off the bench, making contributions. As Trice, nice little bounce pass. Warney can't finish. And now Panama, chance to build a little bit of momentum into the quarter. But Warney gets the steal, and Trice's desperation heave will not count even if it drops. But at the end of the first quarter, it's USA 18, Panama 7. Definitely a defensive battle in the first few minutes. And we expect the offense to pick up as the game proceeds along. So in the Roberto Duran Arena, after 1 is the USA 18-7. Make sure you tune in to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, which tips off on Saturday the 22nd. And in the meantime, look at the stats for that first quarter. The USA struggling from 3, both teams struggling from beyond the arc. USA faring a little bit better inside. But again, just 7 points for Panama. They did have that early 1-0 lead. And C.J. Carter got things off to a promising start. But definitely not much offense, as Panama shooting just 2 of 12 overall. USA 6 for 18. Obviously, both of these teams traveling over the weekend. So we'll see if both of these teams can kind of find their rhythm here in the second quartet. And again, this is just the second time that these players for the USA are assembled on the same team. So Coach Van Gundy always talks about the fact that, you know, they have to come together quickly. Don't have much time to train together. Meanwhile, obviously, Panama, this is a lot of guys' 7th or 8th game with this exact same lineup. So the familiarity is there. And a nice backdoor feed as Ben Moore throws down the dunk. Beautiful dish that time from Reggie Hearn. You see the points in the paint. Panama still scoreless. Meanwhile, here's Joel Munoz. And the long three. No good that time for Mitchell. Warney comes out with the rebound, outlets it over to Trice. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Trice using that off arm to create separation from Munoz. So Munoz, backup point guard, will look to orchestrate the offense to start off the second quarter. Here's C.J. Rodriguez. Jamal Levy, number 24, also in the game. Munoz turns the corner. And Ayarza knocks down the long two. So Josimar Ayarza. And we're going to get another offensive foul. This time, Ben Moore gets called for the illegal screen. And it's a back-to-back turnovers for the USA, which will bring Henry Edmondson off the bench, as well as Frank Mason. Ben Moore already with 3 fouls here early. And we're also going to see number 15, Isaiah Hicks, for the first time. Hicks, who won a national championship with North Carolina Tar Heels a few seasons ago. And also got some time with the New York Knicks. Here's Rodriguez, catch and shoot 3. Unable to connect. Randall joins Mason in the backcourt. Hearn stepped out of bounds. So sloppy play here so far in the second quarter. And you see Coach Van Gundy urging his big man to run down the block to get some early rim touches. So again, 4 turnovers for the USA. And usually they are quite ahead of the turnover margin, but not here tonight so far. Here's Munoz. He gets to the lane. Fadeaway jump shot is good for Munoz. And the fans getting a little excited here. They can feel a run brewing for the Panamanians. There's a strong drive and another turnover for USA. We anticipate Van Gundy calling a timeout as soon as you see again that Munoz jump shot. High degree of difficulty. And Van Gundy just looking for guys who are going to take care of the ball. He's going to turn back to Dwayne Bacon and Derek White at the next dead ball. So here's Munoz. Ayarza, another 3. Short yet again. Now Ellenson. And the big man, he gets called for the offensive foul. So possession after possession after possession leads to turnovers for the USA, and they're just a little bit all over the place. And you can see it's usually an individual trying to make a play for himself. So we'll see if they can get more organized, obviously more patient, just execute their offense. The USA, with a number of turnovers here in the second quarter. 6 for the game. Here's Munoz, little 2-man game action with Mitchell. He throws it away. And it's going to be a turnover back to the USA as Panama unable to execute on their possession either. So you see 6 turnovers for each, as well as cold shooting is what's limiting the point total here so far in the first half. Meanwhile, Mason, nice little behind the back, step back. He can't finish. Munoz looking to run. 2-on-2 fast break. Rodriguez goes right at White and can't finish through contact. Bacon comes out with the rebound. Nice lead up pass. Hicks catch and shoot. And they're going to call the unsportsmanlike foul as Hicks had a clear path for the dunk. So 2 free throws and possession to come from the USA. A nice look-up pass that time from Dwayne Bacon. As you'll see here, Jamal Levy does make a play on the ball, but FIBA rules for intentional and unsportsmanlike fouls quite strict. So Hicks knocks down his first free throw for his first point of the evening. Two for 2 for Hicks. And the USA stays perfect from the free throw line. So it's Bacon, Mason, Hicks, Ellenson, and Derek White. Meanwhile, for Panama, Ayarza, Levy, Mitchell, Munoz, and Rodriguez. As you see the free throw percentages, both sides. Derek White, nice little jab step. Ellenson goes to the reverse. A smooth finish for Ellenson off the nice feed from White. Here's Mitchell. Finds Rodriguez. He has room to shoot and knocks down the 3. Good action that time from Panama. And CJ Rodriguez with his second field goal. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's Bacon. And he'll respond with a 3 of his own as Panama seem to be confused about their matchups defensively. Leave Bacon wide open for the comeback 3. That's Bacon's first field goal. Rodriguez, he's feeling it a little bit, but unable to hit back-to-back jumpers. Oh, nice strip there, Rodriguez. And it's going to be a kick ball against Derek White, which means another turnover for the USA. So quick hands there from Rodriguez as you see him on the offensive end knock down the catch-and-shoot 3 off the nice screen there from Levy. Meanwhile, Bacon, he's cooking, the Polk County product out of Lakeland, played his college ball at Florida State. He was an exciting first-round pick for the Charlotte Hornets. Here's Levy, looking for the handoff and backdoor action. Javier Carter looking to go right at Hicks. They feed him back in the post. Carter spins baseline, just a little too strong with the jump hook. And now Bacon in transition where he excels, and he connects on the layup. Soft touch there at the rim for Dwayne Bacon. And again, that's where USA can be so dangerous, obviously with a number of athletes looking to push the tempo. And another unforced turnover as Bishop couldn't quite make the delivery to Munoz. And that's going to bring a timeout to the floor as Panama looking to regroup. They find themselves down 15 kind of all of a sudden. USA with an 11-7 lead here in the second quarter. USA also doing a better job shooting the ball, 10 of 23 overall. You'd expect them to get closer to 50% sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, Panama also starting to fare a little bit better. Just 5 of 21 overall, but you see Rodriguez, those 5 points off the bench. Meanwhile, for Coach Van Gundy, it's Ellenson who has 7 rebounds in just 7 minutes of play, as well as 3 assists. So the big man definitely contributing in all facets of the game. Has those 2 points off that backdoor reverse layup off the feed from White. And we see the mascot here getting these fans hyped up. Don't know how I feel about the light up shoes though. So Panama down 29-14. Looking to make another push here in the last 5 minutes or so of the second quarter. Trevor Gaskins also back in the game, replacing Munoz. Here's White. Gets to the free throw line area, and it's another short jump shot for the USA. Bishop looking for Levy inside. Good help side defense there from Ellenson. And Bishop looking for Carter on the roll. 5 on the shot clock. They swing it. Gaskins, room for the 3, and he will knock that down all day. That's the most room he's seen so far. And he knocks down the 3. So Gaskins, his first field goal. As Hicks looks to go right at Carter, turns the corner and finishes with a finger roll. Nice move there from Isaiah Hicks. We also see Eugenio Luscando, number 1 out of Boston College there for Panama. That's him now at the top of the key, swings it over. Bishop catch and shoot 3. And Carter gets the offensive rebound. Fans want him to go right at Hicks. He does just that and banks a jump hook off the glass. So Panama doing everything they can to stay close here in the first half. Only down 12 as Mason finds Ellenson. He'll take the 3, and the ball bounces in and out. See some 5-out action here for Panama. Luscando, little 2-man game, and Ellenson near steal. Gaskins will take the long 3, and that's short. Ellenson with his 8th rebound. White handling the ball at the top of the key. Spins around, nice feed, and Hicks will be fouled and head back to the free throw line as we take another look at that Gaskins 3. Completely in rhythm, nothing but the bottom of the net. Meanwhile, see Javier Carter showing you the footwork, which is very fundamental post offense there. Reggie Hearn also will check back into the game, replacing Dwayne Bacon. So Hicks unable to make it 3 for 3 from the line. And he goes 0 for 2 on the trip. Ogilvy back into the game, as well as Travis Trice. And here's Ogilvy now on the block, goes right at Derek White, slips on the pivot. And again, USA doing such a great job of helping and recovering as Gaskins throws the lob, and Javier Carter throws it down. Wow. What an exciting, thunderous finish from Javier Carter to get these Panamanian fans off their feet, on their feet, should I say. We'll take another look. Probably out of the timeout for the USA. Want to talk about it. The lead just 31-21 here in the second quarter. Gaskins able to penetrate. And you see, again, that familiarity between the two players, playing a number of games together. You can see the field goal percentages from both teams. Seems like Panama starting to pick up a little bit. See 15 points on the bench for USA, 9 for Panama. And again, Trevor Gaskins, you see him there in the huddle. Most recently of Maccabi Haifa. Played his college ball at Ole Miss and Louisiana Tech. And this time against the American players, starting to really heat up here in the tail end of the second quarter. He comes in averaging 5 assists to go along with his 13 points per game. So we'll take another look here. He sees that Carter has nobody on him, throws it up. Carter throws it down. As we like to say, Gaskins the alley, Carter the oop. Fans are loving it. Here's Travis Trice facing some backboard pressure from Luscando. Reggie Hurd now inside to Warney. And Warney, one thing on his mind, that's to get to the basket, can't finish. Gaskins comes out with the rebound. And he draws a foul. This time it's going to be on Hearn. USA, their 4th team foul. So the next foul will put Panama on the free throw line. Here's Gaskins looking to post up, kicks out to Bishop. He'll take the contested 2 and knock it down, and it's back down to 8. So Panama definitely within striking distance right before the half as Carter gets called for the reach. Just Panama's 3rd team foul, so still one more foul to give in the last 2 minutes for Panama. It is the 2nd personal foul on Carter. And now we see Hearn looking for White. Calls out the double high screens. Looking to turn the corner, pulls up for 2. Can't finish. Ben Moore, another offensive rebound. He shorts it. And Reggie Hurd knocks down the 3 off the second chance opportunity. So again, offensive rebounds leading to easy jump shots for the USA. The lead's back up to 11. Carter and Gaskins. Now it's Luscando. He'll take a 3 of his own. And he airballs it. So Luscando's first 3-point attempt just off a little to the left. And you see Coach John Thompson III there behind Coach Van Gundy. Meanwhile, Dwayne Bacon will re-enter the game, replacing Ben Moore. USA starting to heat up from 3 a little bit, just 4 of 13 overall still. And we're going to have another foul in the backcourt, this time Luscando reaching it. And that will mean that the next foul on Panama will give the USA free throws. So Travis Trice, who has yet to get it going here tonight. Derek White gets into the lane and all the way to the basket. Nice move to get around to kill Mitchell. And the former Colorado Buffalo showing you a bit of his versatility. 5 points, a 3 and a 2. Here's Gaskins. Again, every time he catches it, he's seeing multiple white bodies. Ogilvie, he'll step back. His jumper, another air ball for Panama. And the USA looking to slow it down and get one more shot at the end of the half. It's going to be, again, Derek White with the ball in his hands. Shot clock, game clock down to 3. Long 3, no good. Luscando gets the rebound, but Panama, not enough time to get another shot off. So, at halftime, fairly low-scoring affair here so far, 36-23. in favor of the USA. Panama managed to get 16 points in that second quarter. It was actually an 18-16 quarter in favor of the USA. So Panama has to be happy, able to limit USA to below 20-point outputs in both quarters. We take a look at the stats. You see Panama much better from 2 than from 3 so far, just 2 of 14 beyond the arc. Meanwhile, same story for the USA. See some pretty similar numbers there. Rebounding advantage does go to the US, as well as 3 steals, though we haven't seen the traditional fast break after fast break opportunities that we might have seen in other America games. I mean, again, USA winning their game against Uruguay 114-57, and they'll have a lot of work to do if they want to replicate that kind of result. Meanwhile, the leaders, Carter setting the pace, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Reggie Hearn leading the way for the USA with 6. And there you see some of the miscellaneous stats as well. Again, Trevor Gaskins, 5 points for Panama. CJ Rodriguez also with 5. Meanwhile, USA, they're led by Hearn with 6. Derek White with 5. Dwayne Bacon with 5. So far, 9 players already getting on the scoring sheet for the USA. And we'll take a look at some of the highlights of that first half before we're back here for some second half action. So make sure you stay here locked in. And again, the highlights were tough to come by in the early minutes, as both teams seem to have been executing their defensive game plan to perfection, leading to a lot of tough contested shots as well as turnovers. But game starting to open up a little bit more in that second quarter. Guys came off the bench, unafraid to take shots. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Group E, Mexico losing back-to-back games this weekend as they fall to Uruguay 63-60. Meanwhile, Argentina with a 30-point lead over Puerto Rico at the moment. They're in the fourth quarter of that game. Well, 90-62 now at the Estadio Cincuentenario. Argentina with kind of a new crop of players. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico, who also have a chance to climb up the standings here in Group E. And that was definitely the play of the half, the Gaskins to Carter alley-oop. So again, at the moment in Group E, Uruguay still technically atop since they have 5 wins, 3 losses. And remember, you get 1 point for a loss, 2 points for a win. Meanwhile, Argentina looks like they're going to move to 7-1. And obviously the USA still 20 minutes away from following suit. So Uruguay, Argentina, and USA at the top. And again, it's interesting with the USA. You know, they beat Uruguay by 50-plus points, and Uruguay able to come right back and defeat Mexico. So you got to love that resiliency. And Coach Van Gundy did mention that Uruguay left a lot of their, let's say, better players in Uruguay in anticipation of the Mexico game. So a little bit more rest for them, as well as preparation for that Mexico matchup. Meanwhile, it looks like Puerto Rico will drop to 5-3, but given the point differential, they'll be in third place behind the USA and Argentina. So we'll see if the USA can pick it up in the second half. Again, this is a team that shared the ball consistently throughout the Uruguay game with 30 assists overall, which obviously makes the coaches very, very happy. kind of hard to pile up the individual numbers in FIBA play. You got to play a lot of team basketball. So we'll be back for the second half shortly. So we are back here at the Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City, Panama. Again, it's a Group B matchup between Team USA and Panama. And what so far has been a very low scoring affair, 36-23. Both teams combining for just 59 points in that first half. And this comes after a performance the other night where the USA led at the half 56-24. So they were up 32 after that one. Did not let their foot off the gas as they scored another 58 points in the second half for a total of 114. And that was at the Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas. But here in Panama, as Coach Van Gundy had predicted, a much tougher affair. Whether it's nerves or lack of experience, playing on the road in international competition with that USA, those USA letters across your chest, it's a different monster. And Panama will look to capitalize here in the next 20 minutes. Again, Panama so far still struggling to shoot from outside. 2 from 14 from 3, 9-29 overall. They have managed, though, to force the USA into 7 turnovers to keep that turnover battle even.
Quiero a Javier, estamos atacando por aquí, ¿vale? Quiero a Javier y a Daniel en el mismo lado. Mauro está en el lado contrario y Tony está aquí en la esquina. Entramos por el lado de Javier. Javier viene a colocar el bloqueo. Mauro, colocas este bloqueo. Caes para adentro, ¿vale? Cuando caiga para adentro, sube.
So you see there Coach Hussein giving his last minute instructions for his team as they start the third quarter play. And Frank Mason will once again run the show, the point guard position for the Americans. Daniel Giron, who was the leading scorer the other night for Panama, so far scoreless here in the first half. So we'll see if he can find his rhythm. And the same starting 5 at the start of the game on the floor for both teams. Bishop gets it over to Carter. And the fans, again, they want him to go to Ellenson. You see the double team from USA. It's been very effective. And Giron, the long desperation heave, no good. Bacon, the uncontested rebound. And Ellenson steps right into a 3, a quick one. Dakari Johnson able to get the offensive board. And Bacon can't finish, but Derek White will not get the offensive rebound as Johnson gets called for the loose ball foul on the hold, fighting for position for the rebound. So second foul on Dakari Johnson. Oh, nice crossover, but it's going to be a foul on Ogilvie. So kind of temporarily looked as if Gaskins shook Mason out of his shoes, but it was really just an illegal screen there set by Ernesto Ogilvie. Oh, nice high UCLA cut. And Derek White finds Mason. And Mason played such a good game against Uruguay. Uruguay, cool, calm, collective. Never really forced the issue. Also had 8 assists to go to 16 points as Carter swatted away by Dakari Johnson. So Panama with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. We'll run a baseline out of bounds play here. And Bishop, who's also been cold, takes a long 3 and he airballs it. Mason picks out the air ball, pushes the tempo back for the Americans. And Bacon will take the step back three. No good. You hear the fans urging their team on. Hiron fakes the three, gets to the lane. Ball gets inside to Carter. And again, the double team causing trouble. It's going to be an out of bounds on Carter. Back over to the Americans. So you can see the two defensive key points for the USA. On any high pick and roll screens with Gaskins involved, they'll double team him. And when the ball goes inside to Carter, so really making the two offensive weapons for Panama their focal point, which is completely natural. Van Gundy mentioned that the three main points for his team to focus on are defense, rebounding, and transition points. So far, they've done a great job defensively, forcing Panama to tough shots. They've out-rebounded, but they haven't been able to get too many transition points. Here's White. And they run it through Johnson. He has the mismatch. Bullies his way to the basket for two. Strong finish that time for Dakari Johnson. So 10 points off turnovers for the USA. As the putback, no good from Bishop. And he's just 1 of 6 here so far. Now Bacon, we talked about transition. That's exactly what they were looking for, which leads to the timeout for Panama. And USA seen their lead balloon up to 19 as Panama yet to score here in the second half. So an early 6-0 run in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. And you see the percentages. So 8 fast break points now for the USA. Still none for Panama. And 19 points, now the biggest lead so far for the USA. Again, Panama had the early 1-0 lead, and USA hasn't looked back since. As we take another look at the missed opportunity there on the tip by Bishop, and that leads to the quick outlet. Mason, and you see the shot clock are just at 20 when Bacon gets the uncontested layup. So transition points, again, another key area of focus for the USA, and they were able to capitalize on that last one. And Mason, who can really be characterized as a bulldog, puts a lot of pressure here in the backcourt on Gaskins, forcing Panama to run their offense 25 feet or so from the basket. And here's Gaskins. He'll pull up to a three, and it might be 3 free throws. We'll have a look to see whether or not his toes are on the line. So it will be 3 attempts here for Gaskins. And he can't hit the first. And seems like not everyone knew it was going to be 3. Gaskins is a 75% free throw shooter coming into this game. Goes 2 of 3 on that trip. He's now got 7 points on the night. Again, came in as the leading scorer, 13.4 points per game for Panama. As Derek White, we've seen a lot of short threes, but Dakari Johnson's there for the double putback. And the big man really taking advantage of his height. 7-footer. With Panama only having a couple of 6'9" guys in there to battle with him. Here's Gaskins with White all over him. Step back three, that's no good. Mason, again, looking to get out quick. Finds Bacon, who gets into the lane. Nice feed, and Ellenson draws a foul on Gaskins. Basket won't count. So a couple new players will come into the game. As we see Akil Mitchell, number 25. Mitchell only had 4 points against Puerto Rico. Here's Derek White. His three-pointer no good. So no harm done to that possession for Panama. Behind the back feed, here's Carter. Again, you hear the fans every time he touches it. They want him to go at his defender, and there's going to be a foul. Again, Carter obviously very aware that whenever he does make a move, multiple defenders are coming to help. Here's Gaskins. Just the high screen from Carter. Two-man game action on the wing. And there's a tight space there as Bishop believed he was pushed out of bounds. No foul called. So it'll be a turnover against Panama. And Ayarza, number 10, will come back into the fray. Here's White again. Nice little poke away from a Mitchell. Bacon gets to the lane. Good help side defense from Heron. Forces a tough shot. And Gaskins, tough runner, stays with it. Able to collect his own offensive rebound. Here's Gaskins again. Kicks it out to Carter. And a nice steal here for Dwayne Bacon. Takes a Euro step. Can't finish. Mason can't tip it in. The ball will stay with USA. Again, there's a tough move there for Dwayne Bacon, who had to kind of prolong his Euro step to avoid the defender. Meanwhile, we'll see Jamil Warney check back into the game for Dakari Johnson, as well as Munoz for Gaskins. USA in a 1-4 set here on the baseline. A couple more changes as Travis Trice checks in for Mason. So we'll see what kind of screens the USA will set here. Look to free up a man on the baseline. And it's going to be Ellenson popping. Nice behind the back dribble. Takes the bump. Can't finish through contact. Good hustle there from White. And Ellenson feed it. Gives it right back to White. He can't make the layup. Warney stays with it. Contact. And he'll head to the free throw line for two. So the USA really starting to punish Panama on the glass now. They are now at a plus 10 in the rebounding, including 10 offensive rebounds. So first free throw drops for Jamil Warney. He's just 1 of 5 from the field, but perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Make that 5 for 5 for Warney. So C.J. Rodriguez also checks back in for Heron, who's having quite a forgettable night by his standards, coming off that 17-point performance against Puerto Rico. Here's Ayarza, nice little pump fake. Munoz gets into the lane. Carter will knock down the three. Gotta love the set shot there. Not too much elevation for Javier Carter. But he's able to knock down the perimeter jumper. Here's Bacon going right to the cup and one. Dwayne Bacon lowers his shoulder and aggressively able to knock down the layup. We take another look here at Carter spotting up for three. And you see his feet, a little bit of elevation. Meanwhile, Dwayne Bacon, much more aggressive here in the third quarter. Has a chance to be the first American player with 10 points. And as he heads down to the bench, he'll do so in double figures. Actually, the only player in the game at the moment in double figures. Tries the ball pressure on Munoz. And a lot of contact. Rodriguez, though, able to shield it off and finish through the bumps. Here's Chason Randall, number 7 at the guard position alongside Trice. Ellenson, another behind the back move. Oh, great footwork, and Ellenson with a finger roll scoop. Gotta like that move there from Henry Ellenson. Ellenson, the youngest member of this USA team here tonight, 21 years of age. And here's Mitchell, gets it to the lane. His lefty layup no good. Trice looking to push it. Gets below the free throw line, kicks it back out to Hurd. He can't finish. Carter comes away with the rebound. So again, Panama just struggling to score. 7 points so far in the third quarter. Carter, another three-point attempt, another bucket. Javier Carter now with 12. And you can tell he's playing with probably the most confidence on this Panamanian squad. No fear in his eyes. Ooh, tough pass. And Warney unable to hit the push shot. It's another stop for Panama. Rodriguez considered taking that three. Munoz pulls it back out. And again, they look for Carter on the roll. Rodriguez steps into a three. He can't knock it down. Ellenson looking to go coast to coast. And they're going to say a foul on the floor before the shot. So Ellenson will head to the free throw line. A chance for two more. Henry Ellenson, 6'11", out of Rice Lake, Wisconsin, playing his college ball. One season at Marquette, where he nearly averaged a double-double at 17 points, 9.7 rebounds, starting all 33 games. Was then drafted 18th overall by the Detroit Pistons in the 2016 draft. Struggled so far to find his place, though, in the NBA. Has played with their G League affiliate, the Grand Rapids Drive, quite a bit. He was also a member of the USA Junior National Team in the 2012 and 2013 National Team minicamp, as well as the 2014 USA Under-17 World Cup team that won the gold medal back in Dubai. So he is a player familiar with USA basketball. Part of the reason why he's still in the system here today. And he goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line to give the USA a 20-point lead before checking out of the game. Replaced by Ben Moore. You see him there, number 9. Here's Rodriguez again. Levy thought about it. Munoz, shot clock at 5. He can't finish. A lot of contact. Fans wanting a foul. And here's the lob to Ben Moore, but he can't put down the oops side of the alley. And a nice feed leads to the jam. Akil Mitchell running the floor. Gets a nice feed from Luscando. And you see Panama gets another steal here. No foul in the backcourt. Munoz runs into a little bit of trouble and then turns it back over. You can see Munoz can't believe a foul wasn't called. Seemed to have gotten knocked into a couple of times while looking to push it. And here come the fans. Chason Randall getting the screen from Warney. And unable to hit the two-pointer. Oh, nice play that time from Warney. And Moore finishes the second chance opportunity created by Warney. So heads up play there from Jamil. And we're going to have a foul off the ball, likely against Reggie Hearn, as he was holding Luscando. It's the fourth team foul on the USA. 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. Munoz catch and shoot three, knocks it in. Big shot there from Munoz. Joel Munoz, who only averaged 2.2 points per game coming into the contest. 5 points here tonight, making a lot of solid plays. So shot clock at 10, game clock at 21. It's Trice, pulls up for two, knocks it in coolly. Travis Trice with his first field goal of the game. Here's Munoz now looking to respond. It's going to be a catch and shoot three, no good for Levy. And Warney can't get the ball out to Moore quick enough. So at the end of three, the USA up 57-38 here in Panama. It's another quiet quarter offensively for Panama, just 15 points. But still 10 minutes to go and plenty of time for them to get back into the game. So as we look at the stats, make sure you check out the FIBA World Cup app for all the latest news, updates, videos, some highlights, scores in terms of the World Cup qualifier action. Again, this is all in preparation for the World Cup 2019 in China as we take a look at some of the highlights from that third quarter. Javier Carter with 2 threes in that quarter. And again, we knew Panama would come out, fight hard, just as they did against Puerto Rico. Managed to put 73 points on the board in that game. Obviously, the American defense, a little bit more pressure, which is why they were able to get these breakaway opportunities like this, but we haven't seen the customary highlight jams and alley-oop plays that we might have seen USA perform in international basketball, which is a testament to the competition here in the FIBA Americas. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Group E, Argentina does take care of business against Puerto Rico, winning that one 106-84. Elsewhere, Canada defeats Chile 84-61 in Group F. So USA, with a win here, can climb back up to first position based off point differential. And the fourth quarter is now underway. Ben Moore, Travis Trice, Jamil Warney, Reggie Hearn, and Chason Randall. Meanwhile, for Panama, we see Levy, Mitchell, Munoz, Rodriguez, and Luscando. And there's an offensive foul going to be called against Randall, who didn't seem to have room to land on the catch. But it's a turnover on the opening possession of the fourth quarter for the Americans. So 57-38 here in the fourth quarter. Munoz. And there's another foul on Randall, trying to deny Rodriguez. So 2 early team fouls in the first 30 seconds of the quarter. Levy inside to Mitchell. Again, good action. Rodriguez takes a long 2, knocks down again. So Rodriguez, another one of those players playing with no fear whatsoever. And back down the other end, a missed shot there from Trice. CJ Rodriguez now with 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting. And here's Munoz, who has the room and kind of forced the shot up a bit unorthodox. Trice now finds Randall, opposite wing, and Randall calmly knocks down the open 3. Nice find there from Travis Trice as the USA pushes the lead back out to 20. Here's Rodriguez again. Can't finish. Trice turns, looking for the early offense. And again, Hearn in the corner, another 3. Back-to-back trays for the USA. Leads to the Panamanian timeout. And just like that, it's the largest lead of the game, 23 for Team USA. And again, that's the danger with this American team. They're just able to put a run together so quickly thanks to that three-pointer. See, Carter leads the way with 12 points and 5 rebounds. So we're starting to see a little bit more ball movement from the USA. They are now at 14 assists, still a long way from the 30 they had on Friday. Meanwhile, you see the 10 rebounds there for Ellenson, 10 points for Bacon. Ellenson, 6 points to go with those 10 rebounds. Warney also with 8 rebounds, but Trice doing a good job of finding the open man. And Randall, who plays this ball for the Capital City Go-Go, the affiliate of the Washington Wizards. Meanwhile, Reggie Hearn over the Grand Rapids Drive. Again, Team USA within the qualifiers, made up of a lot of G League players. Some two-way players playing with both the NBA and G League organizations. Here's Rodriguez, who just loses the ball over dribbling. So good pressure defense that time from Randall. Gets the high five from Van Gundy. And Gaskins, after an extended break, will re-enter the game for what's likely one last push. See the turnover numbers there. Not out of control for Panama. And here's Trice. He knocks down a three of his own, so 3 consecutive threes here in 3 possessions for the USA. And that's really deflated the crowd. You can hear it's quite quiet now. Panama needs a play to get them back into it. And it's going to be the 3 no good that time from Levy. And a nice look-ahead pass leads to the dunk for Warney. Beautiful transition look there from Trice to the big man running the floor. And another near turnover. Ends up back with Carter. Goes at the big man from the USA. Munoz with the runner. Back rim. Randall, quick outlet. USA are running again. And it's going to be a and 1 for Travis Trice. And you saw Panama, who tried to pick up the foul in transition. Usually you would see that as unsportsmanlike. But Trice finishes through the contact. And again, the quick outlet. Find the point guard who looks up. And as Van Gundy said in the first quarter, he wants his big man to run straight to the rim. And that's how you're rewarded. So 30-point lead now, all of a sudden for USA. Make that 31 in a matter of a couple of minutes. To start the fourth, it's now a 14-2 run for the USA in these first 3 minutes. And Levy pump fakes. Carter has the room, takes a 3. Short. And here come the USA yet again. Trice inside to Moore. Uses the footwork. Finishes through contact. And Team USA definitely on fire now in the fourth quarter. Running a bit of a clinic, and you see the points in the paint. That is a substantial differential. As Rodriguez gets the quick 2 off the nice cut. So Panama finally puts an end to that run. It was 16-2. And Trice is definitely in a good rhythm now. Here's Randall again on the other wing now. Can't finish it this time. Gaskins with the board. Gaskins finds Levy, another wide open 3. Again, too strong. And you see the spread offense for Panama. Gaskins looking to split the double team, picks up a foul. It's going to go against Moore. Or actually against Trice. As a couple of substitutions will be made. Looks like 4 or 5 new players re-entered the game for the USA. As we take a look at Coach Manuel Hussein, visibly frustrated. Feels like they let the game get away from them. It went from 19 to 31 in just a few possessions, thanks to the USA 3-point barrage. Here's Rodriguez. Tough angle and a nice finish for CJ Rodriguez. And he maintains his good play. 13 points now for him. Here's Derek White. His runner's no good. Mitchell the board. So Rodriguez and Carter, as Carter fumbles it. I think I jinxed him, but Rodriguez and Carter, 2 guys, been quite consistent. Carter 5 for 11, Rodriguez 6 for 11. No one else shooting better than 50% for Panama. Mason with the double high screens, gets it to the lane. Nice find, Reggie Hearn. Can't knock down that corner 3. And Mason can really get by his man just anytime he wants. And the skip pass sails out of bounds as Gaskins couldn't find Rodriguez. So we're going to have a timeout on the floor as we surpass the 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Time starting to run a little bit low for Panama. And the fans, you can see, they're out in troves here for this historic matchup at the Roberto Duran Arena, where it's the first time that this arena hosts Team USA.
Vamos a intentar presionar. Okay, full count. You go in front. Okay. And Trevor go back. If the ball is here, we go double team. This is the big man. Don't
You
worry.
see the rebounding
Don't
numbers by
worry. The ball is
quarter.
here,
Again,
don't worry.
USA
O sea, si el balón lo tiene el grande, no nos preocupa.
consistently
¿Vale?
ahead.
Te vas atrás y cuando recuperen otra vez lo intentamos. Aquí y en medio campo. Okay, only one time. Only one time. Vale. Si juegan.
And of course, USA relying on their bench. 40 points out of the 73 coming from the reserve players. And again, that's a testament to the depth of this team. Able to insert weapons off the bench. Players 1 through 12. So far, we've seen every player except for Bryce Alford. Bryce Alford, the son of UCLA coach Steve Alford. Lethal three-point shooter. Actually set a number of state records in high school in New Mexico. But at the moment, it's Dwayne Bacon leading the way with 10 points. Reggie Hearn with 9. And 3 players with 8 for the USA. Ball goes inside to Hicks. He faces up. Turnaround fadeaway, tough shot. Good defense that time from Carter. And Rodriguez finds Mitchell. A little bit out of his range. Gaskins over to Rodriguez. Extra pass to Carter in the corner 3. Too strong. Mason, another rebound. Turns and goes. The trailing Ellenson will pull into a 3. He's short. Ellenson 0 for 3 so far from beyond the arc. And again, another missed shot. This time it's Bishop. Bishop still struggling. And Ellenson, soft pass inside, taken away by Bishop. And then Derek White takes it right back before he nearly turns it over. Reggie Hearn thought about the 3. Over to Mason. Top of the key 3. Reggie Hearn knocks it down. It's another 3-pointer for Reggie Hearn. And he's now in double figures with 12. All from beyond the arc. 4 threes for the guard who comes in shooting 63% from beyond the arc. Also averages 3 made threes a game. So his 4th one here tonight, no surprise. Here's Mitchell. Rodriguez, he'll take a 3, can't respond. And under 3 minutes to go, USA with a comfortable 32-point lead. As Alfred will check into the game in the next dead ball. And Mason, nice trap there from Panama. And tries the nice lob to Isaiah Hicks. Derek White able to find Hicks. And that's how you escape the trap defense and make them pay for it. Hicks with the easy flush on the alley. Fans still urging their team on. Again, the double team comes for Carter. Mitchell goes at Hicks, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. So the defensive focus still high. And you see here the USA, the nice pass cross court. Defense reacts to White, and they leave Hicks wide open underneath the rim. And you can see Bishop then rotate over. And those are the easiest 2 points Isaiah Hicks will ever get. So 78-44, 2:04 to go, in the 4th quarter. Here we have Travis Trice alongside Dakari Johnson, Chason Randall, and he strips is Randall. And one play, once again, Javier Carter, who has been a playmaker for Panama, able to get the strip on the guard, takes the ball coast to coast. Great demonstration of his versatility. Again, 6'9" center. Played his ball at Hispanoamericano last season. He can't complete a three-point play. So you would imagine USA happy to use up some clock here on these possessions. We'll look to execute down the stretch, and it's a nice feed. Johnson can't quite handle the catch, and the USA turn the ball over. So we can have a couple more substitutions here as Joel Munoz checks back into the game. Munoz looking inside. Here's Hiron. And Grant getting his first action. Airballs his first shot. So Alejandro Grant, I should say. And now it's Travis Trice on the other end. He can't knock down the long two. So Panama with 1 minute to go here in the fourth quarter, down 32. We'll just run a couple more plays, but we're going to get a foul on Bryce Alford, which will send Hiron to the free throw line for two. So first free throw, no good that time from Hiron. For 2. So Hiron still having one of his nightmare games scoreless as we're in the last minute of action. And USA looking for Alford. And he'll take the long three. No good. Fight for the rebound ends up with Johnson. And he's stripped again by Carter. Another steal from Javier Carter. Here's Munoz. Two-man action there with Carter. Hiron probably just wants at least 1 point here tonight against the USA. Meanwhile, it's Carter with the ball in his hands. Drives baseline and throws down the hammer. A two-handed throwdown. Caught the defense sleeping. And you got to admire Panama playing to the final buzzer. Meanwhile, the USA will likely just run out the clock. And at the end of this one, it's a 30-point victory for Team USA over Panama, 78-48. USA victorious yet again. So this historic matchup ends in a familiar result for Team USA, as the scoreline maybe might appear a little bit more dominant than it actually was, though defensively USA made things very tough for Panama. Panama with 23 points in the first half, just 25 in the second. Meanwhile, USA able to score 42 points in the second half. So they finished the game with a plus 30 advantage, taking care of business here at the Roberto Duran Arena. And USA moves to 7-1 in American qualifier action. They will be back in action in November as the competition will start to heat up for sure. And again, you see the score there, 78-48, Team USA. In the next round, USA will head to Argentina for a big-time matchup on the 29th of November. You see the game stats there. USA knocking down 8 threes, which is, single digits for them is nothing too crazy. Doing damage inside the arc. Obviously, the rebounding advantage, significant difference. Also forced a number of turnovers from Panama. But if you're Panama, you can't be too disappointed with the effort.